Hello everyone, this is my T6 Transporter 4motion. So what we've got here is we've had a leak on the rear diff, and the leak we've had is on the driver's side drive shaft. Coming out of here, drive shaft on the driver's side. So what we need to do is to change the seal on the driver's side, but I'm going to show you on the passenger side what I mean. So what we've got here is the drive shaft itself, this here, and this drive shaft here is bolted to the stub shaft, or stub shaft you call it, with these 6 M12 spline bolts here. So what we need to do is we need to undo these spline bolts here. There's 6 of them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and there's 6 at the top there. What you can do with this is jack the van up, use your axle stands, make sure the van is safe, chock the wheels, take the handbrake off. Once you've undone the ones you can get to, you can then turn the wheel, and then you can access the other bolts then. And then when you tighten them up, you need to put the handbrake on to tighten them up. So let's have a look at what's involved after we take these bolts out of here. So once you remove the bolts from the drive shaft, you can then slide the drive shaft out of the way, and you're left with this here. This is the stub shaft, or whatever they call it. There's no bolt on the this is the T6 2017, there's no bolt holding it in the middle there, so we can prise that out straight out. Once you remove the drive shaft, the stub shaft, you're left with this large rubber seal here. As you can see, mine's been dented all the way around. It's because I have actually pulled it out before, and I've just put it back in just to show you what we're doing here. So what you need to do is be very careful when you remove it. You can use seal picks, things like that. So what you need to do is get that seal out of there, and that's it. Once the seal is out, you then clean the housing, clean the face where the seal sits, and that's ready now for the new seal to be fitted. So this is the old seal, this is the new seal. The number there for you. This is the stub shaft that we call the stub shaft. This will need a clean before it goes in. These are the bolts that you remove. So you'll have 2 of these together in the drive shaft, going around like that, all them remove. And then, because we've lost a lot of oil from the leak, and when you take the seal out you will get oil leaking, so it's always a good idea to have a box underneath just to hold the oil. This is the oil you want. It's the Febi number 32590. I've had a look at the all the websites, all the searches I've done, and nowhere does it say what gear oil to use. I've spoken to a few specialists and they've all recommended this here. It's the 75W90, and the GL5 is the important one. This is 1 litre, it was £21 from GSF car parts. Because it's the rear diff where the gear wheels are, it's not the Haldex oil. Be careful with that one, it's not Haldex oil, it is gear oil that you need to be replacing it with. So with the new seal fitted firmly in place, make sure it's sitting in the right place, and it's even depth all the way around. I used an old bearing like that, which was roughly the same outside diameter, to tap it down into place. You don't want to hammer the seal face at all, you want to use something I used that. I was able to tap that with a hammer and make sure it was down okay. So with the seal in place, we can now make sure that this is clean. Clean the face, check the seal face, which is around there. Check if the damage is around here, this face here. Check the teeth. Give it a good clean. Lightly oil the faces, and then we can push it back in. So with the stub shaft back in, we can now put the drive shaft back in place. And that's it. Once you bolt all those up there, M12 spline, you're good to go. Your next step is to fill up the gearbox with the oil here. So to fill the gear oil, we need to be putting oil in this plug here. Not this one. This is your Haldex. You're not putting oil in that. That's special oil. That's Haldex oil. This one here is the gear oil. This is a 2017 Transporter 4motion, and the oil goes in here.